Um, I'm just taking a moment of my day to read little bits of scripture from the Bible. At some point, I realized that when I reach the end of myself, I like to try and find wisdom in different books, and there's a lot of wisdom in here that's withstood the test of time. You can say whatever you want about the Bible, but I've seen too many people talk about the law of attraction and manifesting your dreams. A lot of people are testifying that that's not correct. So I'm not saying this to try to get likes or attention. This is just me talking, and yeah, at some point I'd like to try to share a little bit of wisdom, because a lot of stuff that I've seen on YouTube, a lot of stuff is either stupid or horrifying. I've seen a lot of news. I've seen too many videos about what's going on. So it's overwhelming, and sometimes I like to take a break. I was trying to research upon the law of attraction, which is not biblical. People say that, yeah, follow your dreams, you can manifest anything you want, but Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." And as a filmmaker, chasing dreams, I've chased dreams. I went to film school. It was a disaster. I'm not gonna lie. I gave it my best shot, and people, they just chose to drink, party, carry on, and that led them down a really bad path of destruction. And that's what's gonna happen to many people who follow losers. I don't know what to say, really. I mean, I'm gonna trigger somebody, and I don't mean to hurt feelings, but yeah, when you reach a certain age in life, when you recognize what's happening in the world, you want to really try to take a step back, get back into wisdom, and admit that you don't really know anything at all. You don't know jack, and many people, most people today, yeah, they're on social media. We have technology, but we're not getting wiser as a society. We're actually getting more stupid. And I'm just a dumb filmmaker, but I know that much. I'm not special. And yeah, these days I hate to admit it, but some days I wish I could even walk into a church, talk about this with people, and when you know it, the churches are not even open. So it's like you never know what it is you have until it's gone. And grass is not always greener. People are giving up a lot for a moment of uh, splendor and fortune, maybe fame, YouTube fame, 15 minutes of fame. They want to feel special, they want to be liked. As I'm sure everybody does, they want to be validated and valued and respected. And yeah, that's just human nature. Nobody wants to be hated and shunned. Unfortunately, this in a world like such as this, a lot of people are going to be hated on just for what they believe in. And these days, after seeing what I've seen, I cannot lie. I cannot knock it. The Bible, despite me being vastly inexperienced in reading it, I've come to realize some truths, wisdom, and that many younger people, especially today, they don't believe in anything. They don't believe in anything. They're believing in following their own desires, their own paths, which is going to lead them somewhere. I don't know. I can't say. Maybe I'll just say in a nutshell, Hollywood, it's going woke, go broke. That's just one prime example. I can give you a list of examples, but I'm not going to go into details. And yeah, speaking of Hollywood, I bet you if they really started making more good movies that are important, that have actually good values, like I mean they really did a poor job with some of the Bible stories. They've done a couple of good movies, but many of them they basically either whitewashed or turned it into a theatrical mockery. You know what I mean? Like they could have done a lot better. I bet you if Hollywood would try to get back, to their roots, rekindle that spark of magic, like they could go back to doing books such as these, like the Bible, and talk about real good movies that could help move people, because Lord knows we need good values, and we need to be guided, when the world is in chaos, and especially right now when everybody is focusing now primarily on themselves, and we don't even know how to, yeah, function as a society, and that's a big problem. I don't even think certain individuals will actually acknowledge that fact on YouTube. I think that's probably one of the reasons why I'm probably not going to be. I'm probably not going to get very far on YouTube, because every time I just get to talk about issues like important things, um, important topics like religion or um, values or the state of the world. Um, yeah, a lot of people, they're doing that, and they're getting shadow banned. They're not getting their voices heard. They're telling the truth on YouTube, but they're just not reaching people. I know this because I've talked to many people like that. You should go check out some good channels that are actually preaching about truth and wisdom, because most people these days, not everyone, but many people these days are not. They're just not practicing good common sense, let alone real wisdom, which was coming straight from the Bible. Which is not meant to hurt people. It's meant to help people. You know, if the world is really a mess right now, the last thing you want to do is get caught up in it while it's in a mess. And if people are saying, well, yeah, you need to prepare, and there's all these distractions happening, well, what do? You know, I can see a lot happening, and some of us, we feel helpless. I say that if society is going to wake up, now should be a good time. We should have a chance to rendezvous, reconnect. Since COVID, it went on long enough, and honestly, this is not even talking about me right now. I fear that society it's heading off a cliff. I mean, yeah, we have all this technology, but we have lost a lot along the way, like values and just finding good people to talk to. It's really hard these days, and I have not met a good friend in a long time. That alone should tell you something, and that most people really are not that great when you think about it. People are not good to each other in general, and that needs to change. That has to change. Don't hate on other people, help other people. If there's more hate in the world, then there's really something not quite right in the world. People are envious and greedy and selfish. I think though that yeah, I could be guilty of that sometimes too. I'll admit I'm not perfect. You know what? I'll tell you what. People these days should really stop. They should take a back seat as to what it is that they want and really focus on just remaining steady. Sometimes it has to be that way. You have to get back on your feet, and there's a season for everything. A season for growth, a season for gathering up uh, money, I guess, wealth, or a season to work, and then there's a season for um, enjoying life. I mean, like I said, people, they want everything right now. Not everybody is focused on the same things, and not everybody is willing to make that commitment or that sacrifice for the long term. If they're not willing to play the long game, most people, they want to take the quick and the easy path, which some people probably are at this stage. People are going to be enticed with all kinds of things, and it's going to be all kinds of distractions. Nobody's going to want to work to challenge themselves if they don't have to, and that's a sad thing. A lot of people these days, they don't know how good it is that they have it, and you know what? Some people, they don't know how hard things used to be, and that we need to take this opportunity to find value in little things. I'm not a preacher. I'm just a film guy. I'm just a filmmaker, but I've learned some things, and something. If people are going to be able to navigate through the chaos in 2022 or 2023, people, they have to, um, get their act together, get it together, and just be real and honest with themselves. Understand that a lot of the things you see on social media and in the news, it's not really real. People have to go outside physically and actually take a really good look around and see what's happening. Not take anything for granted. Get back into reality. Be good to your fellow neighbor and people in general, and then from there on, you'll start to get on the right path if you start doing that, as opposed to living vicariously through a screen and being selfish all the time. It's not going to lead you very far in life. Or cutting corners or swindling, like that eBay guy who just recently scammed me out of a eBay order, which I bought fair and square. But you know what? Maybe that's a sign that I shouldn't even be buying things from um, those places. I should just be saving my money. That would have been the wisest thing to do. I don't think it was going to be wise to buy things online that I don't need. And that's another example, wisdom. And just basically living below your means. Greed, greed is something that a lot of people, they're gonna be guilty about being greedy. They should get back to the needy. Help other people when they're down. Do that. When you find people that are struggling, ask them what they need, and just see what you can do to help the other person. That's how society should function. Everybody's not cut from the same cloth, and sometimes people have different um, talents, different gifts. We have to uh, grow as people. We have to try to mature, I think, a little bit during these hard times. We got to be, we can't afford to be naive. We have to try to seek wisdom wherever. I mean, you're gonna have to try to, whatever the case, you're gonna have to learn how to man up or woman up, and all these things like infidelity, cheating, backstabbing other people, and being unfaithful to people, lying to people. That's not gonna get you far in life. I've had that happen to me a lot, but you know what? The Bible says forgive, move forward, grow, be a better example, and yeah, if I can ever find a good woman one of these days, maybe looking back on this, that might be worth taking the time to stop, learn some wisdom, and then navigate through the chaos so that might actually be possible down the road. Who knows? Who really knows? And I just say to people, if you want to, you could start your own YouTube channels. You can go do your thing. You can work hard at whatever it is that you desire. God says, whatever you do, do it for the glory of God, and don't do it just for yourself, because people these days, that's all they're doing it for. They're doing it for themselves, and they're doing it with no regard for the other person. And that's what social media and YouTube is designed for. But don't lose sight of the bigger picture. We must help each other during these hard times. We have to do what we can to help each other to get a little bit ahead, because that's, as a whole, that's like the law of land and the law of life. God's law, helping each other so that we can continue to grow, helping each other. That's wisdom. Not cutting other people down, because we're now living, as I said, people are living selfishly. And if we change that mindset, if everybody started changing that mindset and helping other people, that could be a powerful shift. We could probably end this whole pandemic or any crisis by tomorrow if we could just set aside differences. We know where this chaos is going to lead. It's not going to lead anywhere good. And we become part of the chaos and promote it, that's only going to add more power to it. So don't put any more power and energy towards anything that's going to lead towards anything like disastrous. Prayer, I guess, helps. Prayer helps. But actually practicing goodness and, showing people, leading by example, that's important. People, they need to have something to believe in, especially right now. So yeah, I wish that the churches, they were open so that they could probably preach this better than I can. And I don't know. I really don't know anything at all. I'm just learning. I've seen a lot of videos though, but in the grand scheme of things, I am nobody. I'm just trying to understand life and how to survive and navigate through the chaos. It's not going to involve just staying cooped up in here all the time. You have to learn how to break free from that, getting out there and experiencing life. It's going to get hard regardless, what people choose to do. And if bad things happen to you, yeah, you're going to have to learn how to make that choice to forgive and grow, or just do what the majority of people are doing. And this is the test. This is like the test of life. Finding out what kind of character you are, like what kind of real character you are as a person. Like, who are you? Are you somebody that's going to practice good morals and teach others? Maybe make a difference one of these days. Become more like, what Jesus did and teach. Or are you just going to be part of the world and be liked for 15 minutes and then forgotten? Because this world is not really loyal to anyone. It's, for most people, that's all that they have. They don't have any other higher purpose, I guess, other than to serve themselves. It is a sad fact of life. People, they don't know anything else, some of them. And the way that many people, especially children, younger kids, I don't even have kids, but if I had kids, I would teach them values. I would teach them things if I could. If I could just find a good woman. And these days, I'm just trying to get by. I don't know. I don't know what's going to be out on the horizon for me, but yeah, I just say to people, when you're out there, please be mindful about the decisions that you're going to be making, because what decisions you're making, the people you talk to, or where you go to spend your money, or how you live in your day-to-day life, that affects you and other people. So try and do the best you can, I guess. And also, don't follow me, follow this, if anything. Don't follow anyone. Don't follow any uh, gurus or any self-help books. But yeah, don't take the straight. I mean, the quick and easy path. Just do the right thing, even if it doesn't benefit you immediately. That's that's going to be hard for many people. Um, yeah, and lastly, don't make excuses. If you have 24 hours in a day, try to make every day count. From now on, treat life as a gift. You can wake up in the morning and feel grateful that you're alive. And no one has a perfect life. Life is not always going to be the same. You have to try and do what you can to make it better. And everybody has the ability to make a change. I don't care where you are. Everybody's got their own problems, but there's ways to get um, ahead. You have to have faith, though. You have to have faith that something could be different. That's the first step. You have to have faith that this is not it. You know, you teach a man to fish for a day, he won't go hungry, and that's like I was saying, virtues, teaching people skills. That's gonna help people to get ahead. I need more coffee. um, yeah, I'll just stop right there. Anyway, if anyone care to leave some wisdom in the comments section, something sensible, please, because I try to learn new things as I go, and I may not always talk about this type of heavy stuff, but if anyone would care to share a little bit of thoughts, maybe some scripture, that'd be pretty good. I don't have a church to go to right now, so for now, yeah, this will have to do. And yeah, find the truth if you can. Find deeper meaning to life, because life is finite. We all have choices to make. This year is going to be pretty tough for many people, so I just say do the best you can with what has been given to you. And if by some stroke of luck miracles do happen, but you have to put in the work, or else you're not going to be able to see anything. You won't be able to see any type of results until you start making changes for yourself, and then small steps, you know. Go on the path of truth. Go for the truth. Don't go for anything materialistic, or don't chase the things of this world. Don't chase fame, or don't chase happiness. Chase truth. And then you'll see. You'll see.